Hi, I'm Sticko. I'm a parent, I'm tired, and I just posted my toddler's cake smash. Frosting in his hair, cake airborne, looking weirdly proud. Naturally, I uploaded it. Naturally, Grandma shared it. Naturally, it's now floating somewhere on the internet forever. Sound familiar? We live in an age where sharenting, that is, sharing your child's life on social media, is as natural as breathing for most parents. And let's be real, sometimes I post because parenting is hard and I just want a tiny dopamine hit that isn't caffeine. And if I'm honest, sometimes I posted not because it was special, but because I felt a little lonely, like I needed to prove I was surviving parenthood. It feels harmless at first, a cute picture here, a funny moment there, a milestone to celebrate. But here's the truth. Sharing your child's life online might come with a cost that you don't realize until it's too late. In this video, we're going to explore the hidden costs of sharenting and why you might want to think twice before hitting that share button, not just for your child's privacy, but for your family's emotional well-being. Chapter 1, The Psychology of Oversharing. Let's start by understating why we share so much about our kids online in the first place. It's not just because we're tired and we want some validation, though let's be honest, a like after a long day can feel like a small victory. It's deeper than that. Sticko confession. I once posted 17 photos of my kids' first steps in a row from different angles. My followers didn't need it. My ego did. As parents, we want to celebrate every milestone our child reaches. First steps, first words, first day of school. These moments are huge, not just for our kids, but for us too. It feels natural to want to shout these achievements from the rooftops, or in today's world, post them to Instagram. But there's also an emotional payoff to sharing these moments online. Connection. I'll admit, I've posted about my son's first day at school, his first time on a swing, and that ridiculous moment when he tried to potty train by using the dog's water bowl instead of the toilet. I'm not alone in this. Most parents do it. Why? Because social media feels like the best way to get parental recognition. It gives us that little validation hit. Hey, you're doing okay. But soon the likes start feeding the habit more than the moment. What happens is that, as parents, we start viewing our child's milestones through the lens of social media approval rather than simply enjoying the moment. It becomes less about the experience and more about sharing it, and that's where things go wrong. Chapter 2, The Privacy Paradox. Here's the harsh truth. The internet doesn't forget. I remember the first time I posted a picture of my son at the beach. He was toddling around in the sand, completely mesmerized by the ocean, and it felt like the perfect moment to capture. But after sharing it with the world, I realized that feeling of, wow, this is a moment I want to remember, quickly turned into, did I really want the world to see this? Once you post something online, it's out there forever. Even if you delete it, someone may have already captured it. I once tried to clean up my old posts. Ever tried deleting stuff from the internet? It's like trying to vacuum glitter. The more you clean, the more you find. And as much as we like to think our social media accounts are private, they're not. Your child's photo could be shared by a friend, tagged in a post, or even downloaded and reused by someone else. Yes, I've Googled my kid's name. His face came up next to a yogurt stock ad. Great, my toddler's already a brand ambassador, and unpaid. This is what I call the privacy paradox. Parents post pictures to share private moments with their friends and family, but the very act of posting online puts that information at risk of being accessed by strangers, marketers, or worse. Let's say you post a picture of your child in a swimsuit on vacation. It seems innocent enough, just a snapshot of family fun, right? But now that image exists forever on the internet, and it's no longer just yours. Anyone with access to your social media can see it, and it could easily be reposted by someone else. Even worse, by posting images of your child, you're essentially creating a permanent digital footprint for them without their consent. They can't control what's shared about them until they're old enough to understand the implications, and by then, the damage may already be done. Chapter 3, The Long-Term Impact on Kids. We often forget that the kids we're posting about today will eventually grow up, and when they do, they'll have a digital past. One that's been carefully crafted by us as their parents. I'll be honest, when my son's first giggle went viral, okay, it was only 50 likes, but still, it went viral. I thought, hey, how cute is this? But what if, at age 14, he looks at that video and cringes? What if he doesn't want his first laugh plastered across the internet for everyone to see? I'm sure he wouldn't be thrilled to find a video of his 2-year-old self playing in the dirt, in his underwear, no less, on a family member's Facebook page. How will they feel when they grow older and realize their entire childhood has been documented and shared without their consent? What if they don't want the world to know about their awkward middle school phase, their private family moments, or their earliest milestones? Future teenage Sticko might scroll and say, "Dad, why am I naked eating spaghetti at 2 years old in front of 500 strangers?" And fair point. Studies have shown that oversharing can have a negative psychological effect on children. In a 2020 study by the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, children whose parents overshared online were more likely to report feelings of anxiety, embarrassment, and lack of control over their own image as they got older. The truth is, while you may feel that sharing their lives online is a way to celebrate their achievements and share your joy with others, it can often feel like an invasion of privacy to them. Chapter 4. The Effect on Family Dynamics. Let's not forget that sharenting doesn't only affect your child, it also impacts your family's emotional well-being. I learned this lesson the hard way when I posted a picture of a family trip to a park, not realizing that my brother-in-law had a major fear of being in public photos. He didn't say anything at the time, but the tension during that trip was undeniable. The way he looked at me after that post said it all. He wasn't comfortable with me sharing that moment online. When parents overshare about their kids, it can create tension between family members. Not everyone may be comfortable with the amount of personal information you're putting out there. Grandma might be thrilled about your child's first steps on Facebook, but what about your partner, who prefers a more private life? My wife and I once argued for 20 minutes over whether we should post our kid's first haircut. She said, "Privacy." I said, "But the little mohawk is adorable." Guess who won? Hint, it wasn't me. Constantly posting updates can lead to resentment, especially if your partner feels like they're not in control of their own family's narrative. And let's not even get started on how your child's extended family members might feel. Your aunt might comment on every picture, but what if your cousin feels uncomfortable seeing your kid's personal moments broadcasted for the world to see? There's also the risk of oversharing becoming a competition. The parent who posts the most photos, the most milestones, the most perfect family moments can unintentionally make others feel inadequate. It turns social media into a race rather than a space for connection. Chapter 5. The Consequences of Digital Footprints. Now, let's talk about something you've probably heard about: digital footprints. The more you post, the bigger the footprint your child leaves online. Every picture you share, every video you upload, every funny moment you post becomes part of your child's permanent digital identity. And as your child grows older, this footprint becomes harder and harder to erase. So what happens when your 16-year-old applies for their first job and their HR manager finds 47 photos of baby Sticko wearing a pumpkin costume in July? Excellent resume, slightly concerning seasonal confusion. As parents, we often think we're doing something cute by sharing baby pics or family moments, but we need to think about how these innocent pictures will affect our child's ability to shape their own public identity as they get older. Chapter 6. Setting Boundaries for Sharenting. Now, before I hit post, I ask myself, am I posting this for him, for me, or for strangers who don't actually care? Spoiler, usually it's for me. The solution isn't to delete your accounts and go offline forever. The key is setting boundaries around what you post and how much you share. If it's a milestone or a special moment that involves your child, consider whether they'd be okay with it being shared. Are you posting it because you want to share the joy, or posting because it's about you getting external validation for yourself? It's important to recognize that the moment may be more meaningful for you, but you also need to consider how it might affect your child in the future. Another step you can take is limiting exposure. Consider making your social media profiles private or restricting who can see your posts. This way, only close family and friends have access to those precious moments, not the entire internet. You're giving yourself more control over who gets experience of your child's life, and in turn, protecting them from a wider audience. Instead of sharing everything online, you could also create a digital legacy in a different way. Consider making a scrapbook or a photo album offline, something tangible that your child can look at when they're older. This allows you to document milestones without broadcasting them to the world, while still giving your child a keepsake that is meaningful and private. As your child grows, it's also important to involve them in the process. Ask them what they're comfortable with when it comes to sharing their moments. Their comfort should be a priority, and allowing them to have a say in the matter teaches them that their privacy matters too. Lastly, try to avoid the habit of oversharing every day. A daily photo may seem harmless at first, but when it becomes a routine, it's easy to lose sight of what's truly worth sharing. Instead, pick moments that really matter and consider keeping some memories for yourself. Not everything needs to be shared, and sometimes the best memories are the ones that you keep private. So what's the real cost of sharenting? It's not just the likes or comments, it's the impact on your child's privacy and the sense of self. Sharing moments may seem harmless, but it's a responsibility. Look, we're all trying to survive parenthood. Sometimes you post a sweet memory. Sometimes you accidentally turn your kid's life into a 5-season miniseries. I've done both. But maybe next time, pause, smile, save a few memories just for you and for them someday. And if this helped you breathe easier or cringe at your own oversharing, hit like and subscribe. Sticko survives on coffee, guilt, and algorithm validation.